let's see here. As she writes, Craig, I'm going through a Kundalini awakening. My hormones are really unbalanced, and there is so much pressure in the head. Is there anything I can do about this process? And so I'll say this, whenever I speak about Kundalini, I just invite everyone just to know that sometimes on the path, the transformation will begin to take place in your body in a very physical way. In a physical way. And whenever we're dealing with the body and physical transformation, there may be all kinds of strange, bizarre symptoms. So if you're having something going on with your body, take care of your body the best way you can. So the most healing thing you can do for yourself is to relax your body. Do anything and everything you can to deeply relax your body. Yoga is great for this. Yoga Nidra is great for this. That's just laying down in Shavasana. Deep belly breathing is great for this. When your body is relaxed, you are in a optimum healing state. Optimum healing state. Beyond this, if you're having stuff going on with your hormones or your thyroid or whatever it is, go see a holistic doctor. See if they have some herbs that can help bring some balance to the hormones. Sometimes the hormones, the thyroid can get a little nutty. Sometimes it's just because, we're a woman and we're 50 years old, we're going through menopause. Sometimes it's because, we're a guy and we're 18 years old and that's, we just have all those kind of thoughts that an 18-year-old young man has. It has nothing to do with spirituality. Sometimes when the energy awakens in spirituality, it floods your egoic nature and it brings everything to the surface. And so if there's a small imbalance, sometimes the Kundalini will turn it into a big imbalance because it's bringing it into the light. And again, you may work with herbs, you may work with holistic medicine, you may work with Western medicine. Do anything and everything you can to relax your body and take care of yourself. Sometimes people think if I just do more yoga and I stand on my head, that's going to heal everything. Sometimes that's the truth. Sometimes it makes things worse. And so intuitively, you have to learn to listen to your body. So when the awakening is happening in a very physical way, life is asking you to be a master. Just like I was speaking with Jeremy in the beginning, life is inviting Jeremy G to become a master. Jeremy G, Satguru Maharaj. This is what life is wanting from him. For him to be a master. And so he's noticing, should I effort more? Should I effort less? How do I find this balance? How do I find this? So life is inviting him to be a master. The same way life is inviting you to be a master in regards to your hormones and all this energy that's flowing through you, this pressure in your head. The big thing with the pressure in the head is I'm going to invite you to focus on the space in which the pressure is arising. The space beyond the pressure. The space that includes the pressure. Whenever energy shows up in a pressurized way, it's important, or it can be helpful, to notice the space in which the pressure arises. What does pressure want? Pressure is really condensed energy and it's pushing on the edges of the container. Pressure is telling us that our container is limited and we need to open up and become limitless. Limitless. So anytime I found pressure in my body, I realized, I've created a wall within me. Because in truth, the energy just wants to flow. So have I created an artificial wall within me, enclosing this energy? Can I relax to the degree? Can I awaken and realize I am space? I am vast, spacious awareness. So instead of focusing on the pressure, I'm going to invite you to notice all the space in the room, all the space in the sky, all the space within and around you. Wake up to knowing this as your own self. So, one last question. Okay, here's a question. And I'm sorry I didn't write down the names for all these folks who are asking these questions, so forgive me. Craig, I have such terror. I need to know this will pass. I have so much in my heart to give. I'm doing all I can. Yes. And so some of us on this path are just faced with one big experience, one big shadow, one big wound. I say, for example, with this individual who I do know who this one is. And so when we have terror within us, this is about you learning to love yourself and simultaneously to be in touch with your own strength. And so it's twofold. You must love yourself and be in touch with your own strength, your own sanity. Terror is such a funny experience, especially when it's not real. Most of us who are listening to this are not living in Syria right now. We're not in a war zone. So most of us, our terror is imagined. And by imagined, I mean, I'll say that maybe a little bit more politely. It's either imagined or it's habitual. And so with you, who asked this question, as a child, you didn't fully get what you needed. And so now as an adult, you have that inner child screaming, I feel alone, I feel abandoned. I feel like one of those babies born prematurely is just left in an incubator, and it feels like her skin is on fire because she's wanting to be held, she's wanting to be nurtured, she's wanting to be in the womb. And so can you make yourself a womb? And by that, I mean, can you love the one who's feeling the terror? Can you embrace her fully and also embody the strength of the Divine Mother, the Goddess? So a good mother will hold that little baby and say, I love you and it's okay. And you can scream as much as you want, but I'm going to hold you and I'm going to love you and I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to keep you safe. And because this terror has continued to arise within you for many years, your body's telling you, I need this more than ever. I need to be held more fully than you've held me in the past. And so you have to make a habit of loving yourself fully, deeply, and completely. And oftentimes you send me these questions that say, when will this end? If you're holding a baby and the baby's screaming, you can't look at your partner and say, when will this damn child stop screaming? Because then the child doesn't feel safe. You can't say, when will this end? This, me being a mother, when will it be over? What God is trying to teach you is unconditional love. So the question is how can I love myself more fully, more completely, more deeply, with zero complaining about it? Even though the complaints are valid, because this has been going on a long time. And so it's like being a parent. You love your kids, but if you complain about them or complain about parenting, it does not help. It makes it worse. If you give yourself to parenting fully, you experience great freedom. Great freedom, whether you're The kids are yours, or you're step-parenting, or taking care of your dog, your cat, whatever it is that's inconvenient in your life. When you give yourself to it fully, you become liberated. If you resist it even 2%, you'll be enchained. In chains.